Oh, that feels better. You know, like you just, I don't know what happened. We had like a thaw here, and all of a sudden, my son and I both, our allergies are like, woohoo. And I haven't taken an antihistamine tonight because I don't want to. I don't want to be loopy. Although I am having a coffee with a little Kahlua in it tonight. Mm, yummy. Like my favorite drink. I'm going to try to keep this as Chanel as possible. I wanted to start fresh though, freshly washed. So, guys, finishing up vacuuming the garage. Well, that is glamour, you know? Our lives are very glamorous. I bet you have a full face for that. Always. Guys, I'm going to repeat myself until every person with dry skin hears me. In my life, I had this on all the ladies that work at Nordstrom today trying this. The Astura ATO Barrier 365 Cream Mist. I love it. My other thing that I love, and I was thinking about this today, and I'm hoping that it fits. Where did I put it? Okay, not Chanel, but the Suku Balm. If you do order anything from Selfridges, this stick is the most delightful hydration in the world. You can use it anywhere. Goes on an airplane because it's a stick. And it looks like, you know, like a old deodorant, but honestly, love this thing. And I'm hoping that it fits in the little pouch, but I'm not sure it will. We shall see. I haven't even opened the bag yet. Okay, let's back up and talk about how we got to where we are right now. Last night at this time, it was a little bit unlikely that I was going to be buying this collection. Last night, it felt like Nordstrom they released the palettes and the lipsticks and the collection earlier than they were supposed to with Nordstrom. And there were a bunch of people who got it. So it went out into the universe and like it was out before it was supposed to be out. February 18th was supposed to be the hard launch date. And the essay that I normally use, who I've not spoken to, I'm sure he's done with me at this point, had set aside for me the collection. And I was supposed to get the hand cream and both eyeshadows, the highlighter, and I wanted the blue lip. So when I found out that you guys couldn't get it, couldn't find it, I love the I'm vacuuming the garage. I was mad. And I am not one of those people that believes that this is a competitive sport that we are having. The snafu with the launch and then how Chanel was handling it, there were essays. I know one of them, Felice's, her wonderful essay is on leave right now, and they weren't even allowed to swatch the testers to show to customers. People who are good clients, people like Felice, who literally support that branch of the boutiques. And we were told that when Nordstrom put it out, rumor had it that they were completely sold out, that was it. They had put their portion of it out there. And when the boutiques showed that the Chanel.com That launched a day earlier than it was supposed to. All of a sudden, I was like looking through, and a meet had the link to the Chanel.com. So something happened on the Chanel site too. They let it go on the 17th. We were told hard 18th. And I don't even know what was going on in the UK because they apparently have it all over the place. I can't keep track of the amount of places that were supposed to get it, that didn't get it, they got it, and these people didn't get it. And it turned into one of those like frenzied, crazy people were stepping all over trying to get product. And when something like that happens, I can't handle it. I'm not going to get into like a crazed person who, you know, how we used to set our alarms on our phones, and just the whole thing just didn't seem like it was on the up and up. And the Chanel launches have been a little, you know, guys, the commit, the three ladies, the weirdness of the feeling of Chanel, we were all kind of feeling a little bit let down by a lot of it. And this collection seemed so good. Okay, like, I mean, come on. Like, give me retro, fun blue with packaging that's denim. I mean, it's like, it's dreamy. This is what we live for. This is everything that we love about luxury beauty. I'm sorry, the packaging, stellar. And I was so sad when people were saying that they couldn't find it. I know Holly was looking for the hand cream, and all of a sudden it showed up that there were stores that actually had product. I called my Nordstrom. I walked into Nordstrom this afternoon. My essay had put some things aside for me. She was down to the last palette. I got the last Cocoa Jean, I think it's called, is one of them, and the cooler tone palette, the one with the pink, that one they still had. She said they had a ton of highlighters because a lot of people were coming in and seeing it and not taking it. The lipsticks are gorgeous. I managed to swatch those. There were several, like two nudes, I would say, and an orange. And then there was the blue that kind of cooled everything off. And Felice sent me an awesome swatch of one of the beige colors with the blue on top to like tone it down a little bit. And it was so pretty. But I have a ton of lippies, and I decided to just go with the blue one and just use an existing nude. I'm being frugal. I'm being a good girl. The one thing that I could not resist was that hand cream. I'm sorry, but that packaging it was too much for me. I probably will not use the hand cream. I mean, I'm going to use every drop of it, but I probably won't replace it. But I will use that container for my AirPods or possibly the Suku balm. So was everybody able to find the collection? Because I walked into my Nordstrom's and this was literally, there were two displays. This was humongous. I mean, it had like its own area with, you know, like the fake things, except for the lipsticks would come out. You couldn't swatch the eyeshadows and the highlighter except for the ones in the back. And then you went over and they had the real swatches. So I started swatching everything for everybody and putting it into our group chat. So I just am going to pull up some of the pictures because I want everybody to be able to see if they weren't in our chat, all of the swatches that I did. Okay, starts here. Okay, so these are the colors and numbers. If you are looking for the lipsticks, there will be a lighter beigey color and a deeper beigey color, a light blue kind of sparkle. The only way that I can describe it, and I do have the blue, is that it will tone down a warm color. And I'm actually going to pull out a Lisa Eldridge lipstick that I think it's called Meet Cute. It's always a little bit warm for me, but I think if I put the blue over it, it's going to look like the one on the second lipstick. So we'll see. Here are swatches. So the deeper nude, I kept saying the numbers when we get to the video part of it. You'll hear me saying which one is which, but you can see up at the top that there's a sheeny sparkle on here. The lighting in Nordstrom is horrible. It doesn't launch here until March 4th, but you got some at Selfridges. Okay, so this was the interesting comment that I had given to me today. My essay that works at the Nordstrom, she had to leave at 3 o'clock. I didn't get there till about 3:25. So there was another lady that was there. There were a lot of people coming in that they had put aside product for. The lady that rang me up works at a different counter, like right next to Chanel. And she said, that's been here for a long time upstairs, and nobody who works here is allowed to buy it until after March 1st. And I was like, that seems like a really random thing to say when supposedly the items are sold out online. Yet there are giant displays. There's no talk of another collection coming, and they're allowed to start buying it March 1st. It sounds to me like there's going to be a restock. And I'm not saying that because I know. I'm just saying, like, that was kind of a weird mixed message. And I don't want people to like give up hope yet. These things are gone. If you call the Nordstrom actual stores, they have a different stock than what you're seeing online. So it's like the Chanel boutiques. The boutiques get product, and that's not the same product that is on Chanel.com. Nordstrom is the same. So if you want to sit and go through and call different Nordstrom stores, you can do that. And if you find a really nice person, they'll be able to look into the computer and see the stock of in-store Chanel in Nordstrom physical brick and mortar stores. The Nordstrom.com is a separate thing. So if that restocks, that's not going to an individual store. Ooh, okay, sorry. Turn that down a little bit. So anyway, there was product, so I felt like I got Felice and I were talking about this. She's like, I really wanted to hate it. And I really did want to hate this because I hate the way that it happened, that it came out, that people were scrambling for makeup. It's just a real turnoff to me. But I have to say, the collection, like if we just look at the collection, I think it's pretty awesome. I think it's a really cohesive, complete thought, which I don't feel like this group has had. There were always things that you could pull from one launch that kind of went with another launch. This launch seems like a real collection, a complete thought that people actually sat down and said, yeah, we're going to do like an old school, real Chanel collection. And I feel like that's what we got here. I'm unwrapping. Put these aside. We're going to go through the swatches. The nudes are very pretty, and the darker one, I would say, is a little bit more on the neutral side, and the top one is a little bit warmer. But Felice made a great point that if you put that cooler color over it, it's like the magic happens. Okay, pardon my disgusting dry skin, but from the top here, we have the blue, the lighter beige, the orange, and this is the brown color. Guys, they were out of this liner. I'm not a fan of this eyeliner formula, but that blue is a really special blue. It's got like silver running through it. It's just a magnificent color, and it's very denim and very Chanel. And I may try to pick that up if I can find it. I mean, I have 3 blue eyeliners sitting here from Victoria Beckham, but that, if you're into blue eyeliner and you like to smoke out with liner, this one's beautiful. This is the warmer palette, and this is the cooler palette, and then this right here is going to be the highlighter. So let me just play this for you. Okay, guys, starting from the top here, we have the blue lippy. So it basically is like a clear with sparkles. And then these are the other 3 lipsticks. I know the bottom one is $3.90 because those 2 are kind of close together. Then the blue twill liner. I'm so cold. Then this is the warmer tone and the cooler tone. And I will tell you that the pink is very hard to get to show up. That's the mascara color in between. And this is the highlighter. It's very hard to see, but it's actually almost like an opal. I wish there was better sunlight, but it's winter. So, lips, eyeliner, the warmer, the cooler, the highlighter, and the mascara. And I'm going to go inside and show you again. Okay. The top is the blue. The light is super bad. Okay, guys, from the top, I think it's almost better because I'm like under a little light now. That's the blue. And then the lighter shade of the beige, the more orange shade. And then that one's $3.90 at the bottom. This is Twill. This is the warm quad and the cooler quad. And that's the highlighter. I'm actually going to do the highlighter on my hand. If you look at my hand, and it's like a smooth reflection. It's actually prettier in person than I thought it was going to be because it's not chunky. It's just like, it's like opalescent. It's the best way I can describe it. Okay, so one more time, the highlighter, the cooler tone, that's the mascara, the warmer tone, Twill, and then 390, the orange, 288 was the orange, and 286 is the top beigey color, and then that's the blue sparkle. So I really don't think that the highlighter looks blue. I'm going to actually go outside one more time because I got like a better swatch of it, but I can't tell if it's like robotic or brilliant. So I'll give you guys a second to look. People can tell me what they want to order. Okay, this is a darn good swatch. I mean, it's definitely got a blue to it. There is a blue shift in there. It's just that there's also like a golden and a rosy color also. It's very different. Okay, last shot. I'm cleaning up. Hope this helps, guys. I will be here for a little while. I'm going to look at a couple other things. There you go. Okay, this next picture on the right-hand side, Felice told me to do this, and it was super smart. I took the two beigey lipsticks. On the right-hand side, the blue sparkles on top, so you can see how it like tones down the warmth a little bit to kind of go with the blue. And it really added something to the colors. Really pretty. That's the new Sisley lipsticks and liners. There's a picture of 3 Sisley lipsticks that came out, and the first one was a re-promote. It's Bel Air, and it goes really beautifully with that liner. That liner sits much more pink than the nude. I gotta turn this down. Oh, that's better. Okay. They're both really pretty. You can see that the red settled a little bit. The brown did not. I always like to kind of test to see if it's going to kind of sink into lines. Anyway, bonus Sicily for today. So I did not pick up the highlighter. I decided that when I saw the orchid one from Sicily that's coming out, it's too perfect. Like, I'm not going to want, it turned out to be a good thing for me because it started to get dark outside before I left. And I went outside, and Nordstrom there's lights, like where there are little tables set up outside when it's nice out. But the light came down onto my hand, and it was like a discotheque. I mean, it was very sparkly. I'm not talking like a little bit, I'm talking very. It is a very smooth as silk formula. Like, it could not be more finely milled and beautifully made. And I just, on my skin, I kept looking at it, and I'm so pale, it was making me look sickly. It was like almost gray, but then it would be like peach and pink and gold. It was just a crazy sparkle, though, like unbelievable Studio 54 style kinds of sparkle. I think it would be gorgeous on eyes, and I think it's a really beautifully made product. It's just not something that I'm gonna wear So I just decided there are other things to spend money on. There's so much stuff coming out. The one thing that I was like really excited about was this. I mean, if we want to talk about packaging for a minute, it's very cute. It's got a little zipper case. And then inside is the hand cream. Whoa, I don't want to break that yet. Is the hand cream. And you can put your refills and stuff into here and tuck it away. I think it's going to be my little AirPod case because I thought that was a really good idea that Holly had for us. So this is the hand cream, and it does live up to, you know, the expectations that we all had. It's just very cute denim. Got the little CC, the little zipper. I mean, it's ridiculous that it, you know, this is silly makeup. This is like silly, you bought it for the packaging kind of thing. It's not like, oh my God, I'm dying for their hand cream, although I'm sure it's fantastic. I'm going to love it because I bought it and I'm excited about it. What I did buy is both eyeshadow palettes, you guys. Felice was like, I wanted to hate it. I really wanted to hate it. And I was feeling the same way. But I think these are old school level beautiful palettes. And I don't think I've said that for a really long time. I don't think that something has been a wow. I mean, I loved the quad from Winter because I'm cooler toned. But there's something about going back to blue. It was such a taboo color for such a long time. It got such a bad rap. And I think we've come like to a full circle moment where we can imagine that Maybelline or CoverGirl or drugstore, you know, blue eyeshadow that you had. Rebecca, if you have not seen Rebecca's review yet, it is up today. She will tell you how she feels, but honestly, I feel like this is OG Chanel. I feel like it's not the Comet anymore. It's that very beautiful, very sheer, very interesting kinds of colors, but very pretty makeup that Chanel does. I know you liked it too. Rebecca barely ever wears eyeshadow. This is so sheer and stuff, she would buy it. Rebecca, you looked amazing in the orange lip. Oh my God, are you going to go into your orange era now from your red era? Okay, I just want to quote Rebecca for a second here. What does she say about the packaging? If you're going to pay for it, you might as well enjoy it. Well, this was all about the packaging for me. You needed the orange. You needed red, orange red. Is it an orange red or is it an orange? Because it looked kind of orange to me, but everything looks orange. Was it an orange red? Rebecca, did you get the eyeliner? Let's see what she says. I don't know if she got the eyeliner. You guys probably already watched her video today. No eyeliner. Boring. Okay. You did buy the hand cream though. Okay, so there's a warmer palette and a cooler palette. They're both really beautiful, and the mix and match on these is excellent. I'm going to open up Denim Dream first. I haven't opened these. barely cleaned up the kitchen. Okay. That's the pouch that everybody is all excited about. It's a soft denim. The CCs are sewn on. I mean, it is really pretty. Gosh, my nails really go with this whole festival of blue. Glad I got them done today. This is the new OPI color. Nail color, super pretty. Thank you. It's like milky chocolate. Okay, enough with the packaging. I usually throw the sleeves away. This thing is going to stay on here for the rest of its existence. What shade is it? I don't know. Whatever the new collection is, the cocoa color. I didn't ask because that was a dip. I just picked it. I don't know. Hi, Molly. I bought the eyeshadows. I did not get the highlighter. And I bought, what happened to my lipstick? Oh, good thing I remembered that. Okay, here is the Cooler palette. This is Denim Dream. And in person, when you walk up to this, I know it's going to be gone in like 2 seconds, but there are the little CCs on there that look like they're sewn on. We have a pearly white, kind of a bone color. It's got nice shine. It's definitely got like almost a golden kind of a vibe, which is kind of nice because this is a cooler palette and this will prevent it from being too cool for some people. I think it'll be like a nice topper. The second color is a pink, and it is a very light pink, but it's matte. Let me give you a really good swatch. Here's the pink. I need a little white piece. Whoa. Doing well over here. Okay. I don't want to get hard pan. Okay, then we have this light blue shimmery color. This is especially pretty. And I felt like in vibe, I could actually layer something like this with pink and kind of swirl it around and you would get the highlighter. But this is the pale blue with the shimmer. And then always a crowd favorite, we have a really pretty navy color. And it's not matte, but it's satiny matte, you know, like it's not flat, but it's not sparkly either. And I think it'll be nice like for smoking out an eye. So that's the first palette. What do you guys think? Has anybody picked this one up? This one is Denim Dream. What do we think of the cool story? It is really pretty. In person, you guys, I like Felice was like, we did want to hate it. Like I was really mad at Chanel. But oh my gosh, it's beautiful. The highlighter isn't selling out as quickly. People thought it's too odd. Yeah, they told me that at Nordstrom that they had plenty of highlighters. I just don't. I think kids would love it, but I don't know that many kids that can afford to buy Chanel eyeshadow and highlighters. Okay, the second palette is Coco Jean. This is the warmer palette. Same packaging. Got the little CCs. It's nice. It's got like a little grip to it. It's not going to slide out of here. Okay, here is Coco Jean. I feel like these palettes can just be mixed and matched, and I did pull out some other ones to compare this to. This blue is literally like a faded blue jean. I mean, I can't describe it any better. Like if you had like an old pair of Levi's in high school, that is the color. They are just, it really looks like denim. Like to me, that's a denim color. Like when I think of denim in my head, it's this. And this to me is so like the 60s eye, just very mod and fun and retro. I think it's a great shade of blue. It sold me on the palette because the other ones, you kind of have these. You have a gold. If you have a Pat McGrath palette, you have a gold. Okay. I'm sure that we have some brown eyeshadow, and this taupe color is pretty special. This is the silver. It's kind of a pewter, but it's got like a very nice shift, more of a metallic than like a shimmer. Then we have like a very yellow gold, very yellow, very almost orangey. It leans like a sun. It's an interesting choice. And then the last one is this taupey matte. And this one I feel like is the matte that you need for both palettes or something like it. Everybody has a shadow that is shadowy, and this seems to work very, very nicely to set off the blue. But this is the two palettes. So we have the Cooler Story Denim Dream and the Warmer Story Coco Jean. And you can see they're not the same at all. I mean, you walk up to them and yes, they're together, but they're so different. And the shadows really performed well. Like when I swatched everything was great. In fact, it made me kind of excited because let's just go back a couple years for a second. How many of you bought the sequin palette? If you have this and you get a blue eyeshadow, I don't care where it's from, you pretty much have the color story. they're not reinventing the wheel. This is truly like your classic Chanel with the twist of blue and some great packaging. So my advice, if you cannot find or do not want to spend on these because there's so much other stuff coming out, I do feel like you can go into your neutrals and get a silver and a gold and a fun taupe, a little pink if you want, or, you know, whatever color you want to do with it. You can have this by just adding a blue. You can get a blue single shadow. I mean, I really think these are gorgeous, and I'm glad that I got them, and I am glad that I did not buy the highlighter because I just know I won't wear it. These are really, really beautiful, but you don't have to buy these to get in on the blue trend. That blue looks so different than in the pan. Pretty. Yeah, I mean, I went outside, you guys. Normally, like when you go outside, some of the palettes lately, especially like the whites, they're real chunky. This wasn't. This was super smooth, and they really did a nice job. The quality is so good that even though I was mad and not buying any of it, when I saw that other people could get it, I took a breath and I called my Nordstrom, and the rest is history. I think it's crappy what happened, and I don't think that they should get a pass on it. But I don't understand why they would put something out like this and not want everybody to be able to buy it. You know, like, you shouldn't have to look and try to get makeup. It should just open up your computer and press a button, or walk into a store and buy a palette. And I'm not convinced that this is going away soon. So I decided to go for it, and I'm okay with it. Then I picked up also Baby Blue, it's called, number 284. This is the Rouge Coco Flash. And unlike the one, I'll pull it, the light blue from Guerlain, how it kind of changes to pink. It's got like that pH thing. This stays blue. And it's not like, oh my God, my lips are blue. It's like a very cooling off kind of a thing. It's nice. It's like putting a cool shimmer on top. I mean, we're walking into a maximalist summer. Any sheer sparkly gloss that you already own, if you take your palette and you put a little tiny, tiny bit of blue into your lip gloss and put it on, you have a blue lip gloss that's sparkly. So literally, you can take any of your glosses, put it on a palette, take a little tiny bit of blue, whatever blue you like, mix it together. You can even buy like little disposable, like those little circle containers that look like this, like at the Container Store. And you could mix up your own sparkly delight of cooling off. So if you have some shades that are too warm, it's a great way to do it. I have not worn Le Beige in a long time, but I wanted to tell you guys, there's a bit of a rumor going around, and I want everybody to be aware of it. Don't think that it's just talk. We know that Chanel's been reformulating, and today online they posted all of these. So apparently we're getting a new lipstick formula, and there are 15 shades, I think. A lot. I have heard that eyeshadows and lip glosses are being totally redone. So I'm advising people to not wait. If you have a favorite palette that you know that you depend on, I would pick it up. And I would do it sooner than later, because all of a sudden things are not restocking. I tried to buy this one today at my store. She could order it for me, the Claire Obscure. Now, we've talked about this. This palette is not a unique to only Chanel. There's a Surratt palette like this. There's an Hourglass palette like this. There's a Prada palette like this. I mean, there are plenty of neutrals, but this is one that I will buy because this is like my little workhorse, and I'm going to replace that. And I did buy a backup of Tissé Rivoli today. So if there's a gloss that you love and you can't live without it, or an eyeshadow palette, rumor has it that you should act soon, because reformulations are happening all over the place right now because there have been so many changes in the EU. La Beige, like, it's like almost dusty, you know. I haven't seen this in a while. Lisa Eldridge has had me by just my hair. And then the Victoria Beckham, I love, and I love my Suku. And let's not even talk about the It Balm, because the lady that is the new manager at Nordstrom, she was like all over the place today, like talking to me. She was really like very smart, very well versed in all the makeup stuff. And she's like, "You got to be kidding me." I'm like, "I'm not." And you all know this is like the real deal. She's like, "Don't they have like a bunch of like really full coverage foundations?" And I was like, "Yes, they do." Okay, so this is shade medium light. And if you haven't seen this formula, it's pigment suspended in this like liquid. It's very hard to see. And you break it up. I'm going to get the blue off my hand first. You kind of break it up. And it gives you that really fresh, lightweight. God, I love this in the summertime so much. It would be good if I had a foundation brush around here. It's such a light formula that it's always like a great one to reach for. And it feels so cooling, like when you put it on. It's nice. It comes in a lot of different shades, but they're very flexible, obviously, because it's deceiving. There's the touch also, and that's got more pigment in it. I prefer this one just because I am not like a full face, full coverage kind of a girl anymore. I think it's not attractive on me. Let's see how we like this. It's meeting the Korean skincare for the first time. What I have noticed about the Ace Tura is that nothing is pilling. I like that. Okay. Goes on super easy. It's so lightweight. In the summertime, when you feel like you're going to suffocate, but you need like something on, this is always such a good go-to. I don't even have concealer on yet. I do not have the Chanel concealer. Actually, I think my concealer's in my makeup bag. Let's put on a little Sarah Crail. She has a shade extension. There's a cool shade now. I'm going to pick it up. I meant to go there today, but it just got to be like too late. I was like at Nordstrom for too long. But she did a shade extension. She's got a couple new shades, including a cooler toned one than this, and I can't wait to try it. Her concealer does you a lot of favors. I love that you don't have to set it. I love that you can just tap it out. I like the amount of coverage that it gives me. It's like it covers up the fact that I barely slept last night. And I love it. I'm going to put a little on my eyes. We're going to do one look on each eye. What do we think so far, guys? What do you think? Do you have a favorite? What are your thoughts? You like warm or cool? Anybody? Okay. I'm going to start with the warm palette. I may wind up using this shade for both, but again, any neutral color that you like to put like into like a fake crease, I think is a perfect match for this. I'm going to try to use mostly rougher brushes because I love them. This is the Shodo 03. And it's got those teeny tiny little calligraphy inspired on the top here. I don't know what this is. It was like leaning up against obviously something else, but maybe I should powder before we put this on and give it a fighting chance. So are you guys going to pick this up? Has anybody looked for it? Did anybody call around? What's going on online right now? Have they restocked? Tell me what's going on with this stuff. At my local store, they were sold out of the warmer palette. They had a few left of the cooler palette, a bunch of highlighters. They still had all the lipsticks, and they still had hand cream. Love the cool, but the blue in the warmer one is so pretty, way different than in the pan. Very retro. It's very jeans in person. Oh, they'll look gorgeous on me. They'll look gorgeous on you too, Nicole. How are you tonight, by the way? You're thinking warmer for you? You know, this palette, I feel like it gives you options. If I cover the gold, it's not real warm. That's your warmth. In this palette, if you look at those two together, it's not like very cool. This is not a cool kind of a color. This has more of a warmth to it. But then they threw in these and you get the navy. I love navy. Like, I love navy with black. I think navy is such an underrated color and it's not done enough in makeup and I love it. I'm excited and I hope this one works really, really well. I am going to fake my crease because I probably need some eyebrows. I washed my face and like tried to run in here and not make you guys wait, but you know how like you have to clean up your kitchen? Like you have to. You can't function until you do. What I do with my makeup bag. I got to talking to my husband and then my dog wanted to go out and it was like, it just spirals. Why make them so limited? Can't take a day to even think about it. I agree. And by the way, this is not old yet. I mean, I've barely had a chance to like make a dent in this little puppy. I mean, slow down there, Chanel. I'm not ready for all of this. I would like to find my eyebrow pencil. I'm still using my pencil from Marianne. She sent me the pencils. This is going to be taupe from Victoria Beckham. You guys, during the holidays, do you remember how there was that set that I told everybody about that was at Ulta? It was the Grande Lash with the brow. Well, I mean, you get it for free. I was like, well, I'll try it, but my eyebrows are never going to grow back. You guys, I've been cutting my eyebrows down. They're really getting full. Like, when I was at the esthetician, not this last time when I got microneedled, but the time before, she kind of went in. I think she like put some color or something in them, and now they're almost like not behaving themselves, like kind of bushy brows. I don't know who I am. I mean, I was the queen of over tweezing. Can't keep hair on my head, but my eyebrows, apparently it's their turn. It's just another interesting part of menopause that you just never knew existed. By the way, has anybody found a really great eyebrow gel kind of situation that you guys like to use that keeps things groomed and kind of fills things in? Do we have a favorite? Because I am down now to my last. I think it's my last. Might have one more. Did I throw it in here? Yes. The Tom Ford. Can they please bring this back? This eyebrow stuff with the little tiny fibers in it and this little brush. I don't know what I'm going to do. I bought like a whole bunch of these when they were going to go away and never opened them. And my last one like dried up, so I had to put a fresh one out. I don't know, maybe 2-3 weeks ago. And now I don't know what to do. I've heard good things about the Merit one. What do you guys use? Hello. That navy is an eyeliner. I know. Like, just, I don't know what to do first. I want to go bold. Like, if we're going to go blue, let's talk about, I'll get criticized either way. So if I go super blue, because I remember when we did, I don't even remember if this was 2 years ago or, oh wait, well, this is the one from Holiday. It's a totally different color story. I mean, this is like a periwinkle. But some of you may have Bouton Stellar. this one from Holiday. I have so many of these like little badoo-badoos sitting here. Oh, hi. If you bought yourself a blue, very similar feel. I think it's a very blue silver, and I think that there's like a fine line. And then the one that everybody's been talking about, this is Rivage. And if I hold them back here, hello. Do we see something that's, we could do like a Venn diagram of what's the same and what's different. I mean, that's, you know what I mean? I really think if you have this, you probably don't need this. You could argue for that. But really, I mean, I know they're going to swatch differently and they're going to look different on the eye, but how many blue eyeshadow situations do you have? I like Victoria Beckham for brows. Oh, I do. You know what? I do have her brow gel, but it doesn't have like the little fibers in it. I love it for like grooming and stuff and keeping them together. And the pencil, I can't live without. Like her pencil is my favorite. I'm trying to find a Korean one because they're so inexpensive and I hate spending money on stuff like that. But hello, I mean, this is like, here's this one, Rivage. And I'll swatch the warm one first. I mean, I'm not saying they're identical in any way, shape, or form, but I'm just saying, like, I'll put the other blues here. I have to put them both on one finger. Sorry. The navy is exciting to me because it is great for a liner, and I'm telling you, the eyeliner is kind of like the little hidden gem that now I'm going to have to find. But I feel like Chanel has, they know what their customer likes, and clearly we all liked that because a lot of us bought it. And I'm going to show you a couple other ones that we've bought. What should I do? Got to clean up my hands and see what everybody has to say here. Who has Rivage? Am I the only one? No. The other thing that I just want to say about the highlighter, when you look at the highlighter indoors on skin and you put it on and you move your hand, it is smooth as silk. It is not a chunky highlighter. It's not a flaky highlighter. You know, like it lays smooth on the skin. And it does have that multi-chrome effect. The issue that I had was like I was hoping for like that little touch of blue, but like mostly pink is what I was kind of picturing. But really, when you were looking at it, it was like I even showed it to Molly, like we were talking on the phone and I was outside, and it almost had like a peachiness to it, like a peachy golden kind of a vibe. And I wasn't expecting that. You use the Rare Beauty. It holds those suckers in place a lot. Thank you. Love, love beauty tips. Love. Okay, let's get this eyeshadow on. Enough with the talking about the eyeshadow. All right, I'm going to start with the safe color. And just going to take a smaller brush, and I have to get rid of this. This is where I want you to think it's pushed back. So I want to go like darker here. And if I don't look straight into a mirror doing this, it's hard for me to see where my fake crease is. Now, I don't windshield wiper all the way over anymore because I want to like open this up, and I want to be able to use like the space over here. So I don't like to go all the way down into my crease because you're not going to see it anyway. So why bother? What I do want to do is still put a little bit like in, even though I would have to be looking down for you to see. But I like to kind of go across. Let's see how this is working. It's a nice formula. Let me scoot you in a little. There we go. Hey. Okay. You'll see like this part of my eye. Just want it to kind of fade into itself. And I always want to kind of get that up and out. And we've talked about this before. I like to go kind of deeper behind the lash. So I'm just creating like a frame right now that anything could sit on, which is why I love that one palette, that type of palette where you have options for just a good solid matte color, and they've given it to us in this palette, which is exciting. I got to close Ravage because I keep getting confused and thinking that it's the other palette. Okay. Okay, I think I want to go big, you know, go big or go home, right? I think I want to do like my whole lid in the silver and then maybe just hit like the middle of it with the blue, or maybe the other way around. Let's see what these look like. This blue is nice and sheer. So I do think it would be like a beautiful wash, and then maybe we'll use the silver in the center and put a teeny bit of gold just around it to like warm it up a little bit. I think that's what we're going to do. We'll see where we head, but that's sort of my plan. Okay, I'm going to start with this fun denim color. And I want to kind of wash it across. So I'm using like a fluffy-ish kind of a brush to just get this on and see how it does. Let's get a Sonia G brush. I need something a little bit stiffer to pick up more of the pigment. And I'm going to pat this because, you know, blues are not super easy to make like purples. And you can get fallout. You might not want to do your foundation before, because when you're working with a darker color like that, it really does make a difference. It seems like it's going on very evenly. And I like that it's super buildable. Like it's not going on like, you know, crazy town. Like you can build up this color. And I think with a finger, it would be even better. I want to like kind of wing out, I think, with the blue. I think I'm going to wet it and wing it out. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. I'm going to put my finger into the silver. Just see if that little bit right there at the edge, just to grab some light. So that's pretty. It's making me want to go up higher with the blue, like almost up into my crease. Because then it just still looks like you see the blue, but you get that like little flash, and it'll be a lot less when we have lashes too. Or mascara. I don't put lashes on. Oh, I like that. I want to go in with the taupe one more time and just make sure I have my shape here. I have to say, you guys, I like this a lot more than I thought that I was going to. I thought that this blue was going to be like a Pat McGrath level of kind of pigment. But then Chanel always does, you know, they do color so well. And this is such a beautiful, unusual shade to have in this kind of a texture where it's soft going on. But you can totally feel the retroness of the shade. And it's really pretty. I want to put a little of this underneath. I want to sweep this under. Like I love that kind of lived in, almost grungy look. Hello, Felice. You were back, but your dad's on the phone again. Oh, your poor dad. So sorry. Okay. I want to tread lightly with the gold until I can commit to it. But we're going to go in with one of these very delicate Shoto number 2s, and I'm just going right at the tip there and tapping off because I want to see what this is going to look like if we just sort of warm this area up a little bit. These are so gentle and so like you can just sort of sweep color on with them. But I think this is nice on the inner part here because this is all good real estate for those of us who have very hooded eyes or aging eyes. This whole area like opens things up. And I don't mind a little of this just sort of touching barely my brow. And I'm going to take a little bit of the silver with it just so I can get just a slight metallic look underneath. And I actually want to take a little bit of this blue and just go in right here. I've seen a lot of makeup looks lately, not in blue obviously, but where they are like accentuating the shape here. And you don't have to do liner to be able to do that. You can use eyeshadow and just sort of dab right here. And you get that look of, you know, that shape that like people are doing where it's like really pulled out. Let's wet it. Let's see what happens. I'm going to take a teeny tiny little pencil brush. I'm actually not. I am going to take, we're going to do my eyebrow technique, I think. My technique, because it's a technique that I do. Let's use something like a brow brush. I want something not soft. All right, this will do. This will. I really want to use that little brush. You can clearly see that I did not plan on buying this today. I've had slides, for goodness sake, this week. Who am I? Well, I'm a woman without a brush. All right. We'll go with this one. Oh, here is a brush that I found at Target. EIGSHOW Sickle Eyeliner Brush. I thought this was like a wild little shape. Any kind of brush that has this sort of a shape is going to work for you. And I think the stiffer, the better. I think it's easier. I'm going to use the mist from Lisa Eldridge. I know she likes things clean. And I'm going to go into that beautiful denim color. And I'm going to get it on both sides of the brush and at the edge. So you can see it's just on both sides. And you don't have to sweep. I always line up with my lower lash line. And you just have to touch. And just make sure that it's in line with your lower lash line because you don't have a fold there. This naturally comes out right here. Then you can go back in and just sort of connect it a little bit further. I'm going to wet it one more time. I think the shadows they're performing really nicely. I'm very pleased. I'm not disappointed at all. I'm actually kind of shocked that I like them this much. I think we all loved the blue eyeshadow phase, you know? That is really pretty. I want to put on some blue liner. We're going to see which of these liners that I own are going to work. I've pulled some silvers, some golds, and some blues. So I don't know if the website is sold out or not. I'm just going to pull out some blues that I've had. I do have Marine from Chanel, but I don't know if that's going to be the right blue. Okay, so we have, for options here, we have Surfside. I think this is the one that's more teal. Yeah, that's going to be too green. Way too green. No. Okay, then we have, this is Marine from Chanel. It's a beautiful navy. I think that might be really pretty with the other palette. I'm going to save this one for cool palette number 2. Then we have Navy Noir. That's this one. I like that. I usually like this one. Oh, but she has her own jeans. Let's not forget. Victoria Beckham's jeans are not so much. I think she's got different jeans than Chanel. They don't wear the same jeans. I'm going to go with the Navy Noir for this look because I think it's the most neutral. I'm going to sharpen this a little bit. I only have 97 sharpeners from Victoria Beckham, and of course I pick up like one that's not. Oh, you know what is a great sharpener that works like on almost every liner right now? The Esom. You know how like you just find something that works and you get excited about it? I'm excited about this pencil sharpener. And it keeps all the little shavings in it. I'm going to tight line to make my lashes look as long as possible. Oh, I got a curl. Got a curl with my rougher. You think it's pretty? I think it's really a cool palette. Like, I'm into this way more than I thought it was going to be. First, I was really excited. Like, the promo pictures and everything were just so neat. You know, I love the depth of this blue, and I want to take a little of it and put it in the crease and then go over it with the shadow because that'll set the liner and we'll get like a really nice line. The next time that you go to Ulta or order something from Ulta, they have like, you know, their section. These are my favorite. These paddle and pointy little Q-tips. They are the handiest things in the whole world. Love. All right, I'm going right with my lash. I'm seriously just placing this and then connecting. And you can pull it out and take this. Get a nice clean line. And I'm going to go over it with the eyeshadow again, just to soften it. But now it's got depth. You can take it out as far as you want or smudge it a little bit. Go across. Get a little depth here. I like it to be like less and less as it goes in so that you can get that really pulled out shape. Very pretty. I always like to connect it and then soften it underneath here. And you can literally turn the brush over if you're using one that's pointy like that. And then whatever it is that you're doing, clean it up. And if you feel like it's too much or too long, you can always go into like one of your transitional colors or back into the color and you can make it less definite. I mean, I kind of went out there, but it's makeup. It's fun. It washes off. I'm going to put a teeny tiny bit of silver back at the edge. I don't want to take away from the blue, but I just want to catch the light. Oh, that's really pretty. Okay, I'm going to go back into the silvery color. Just, I want the light here. Just to catch the light a little teeny bit. Get a little of the gold with it. Kind of mixed together. Sort of looks like a beam of light. And then I'm going to use just a nice silver, because I think that with this combo, I want something underneath. Maybe not. Well, you know what I'm going to use? Let me change my mind. I'm going to use a Chanel product. This is the Nude Eclat. This liner is my favorite liner that they have, and they consider it to be like an eyeshadow. But the skinny liner that they have right now is not my cup of tea usually. These are like amazing. You can use this to highlight anything. Check this out. Like in 1 second, you have like a beam of light. I love it. And it opens up the eye. Victoria Beckham's liners usually transfer to the bottom. So I usually have to wipe down, and then when, you know, like when it's done and it's set, I take a Q-tip on the inside and clean the rim. But I just put a little bit of it over it right now, and I kind of like the effect. It's like soft, soft. Very pretty on you already. Oh my gosh, it's such a good palette. I have a Chanel liner called Blue Jean. It's perfect with the Denim Dream. I want to see your full face tomorrow of this beauty. Okay, let's put some mascara on this baby. I don't have any Chanel mascara, but if I did, it would be La Volume. I heard they're coming out with some new products, so see if they can improve on that formula that they keep using for all the colored mascara that nobody wants. The blue mascara is like an electric blue. I'm not really a colored mascara person, but I was when I was like 15. So I think the kids are going to have fun with it this summer. And honestly, I would put something on like over my lashes. Like I'm not opposed to like sparkles or something like that, but I like the effect of an eyelash on a look, especially with a hooded eye. And there's nothing wrong with adding a couple little individuals now and then. I don't want like a very defined lower because I feel like it's not as important as the top. Definitely want to be like top heavy. I'm going to go back and tightline with the blue again so that we don't lose the blue to the mascara. But the Vast Flash never lets me down, you guys. This will be my mascara till the end of time. I just don't see it getting any better. Okay, let's go back in and reline. I do think that the navy is a winner. If you can find it, I'm excited for you. And I can really, it almost looks like you're wearing colored mascara if you kind of paint up the lash. You can see that little bit of silver. I definitely would like a little more definition here. So I'm going to go back into the brown, my shade. Just make sure this is really defined. And then I just kind of want to marry this together where it kind of fades into itself. And all I'm doing is just sweeping just with the edge of the brush to soften the wing, which I think actually turned out kind of nice. It's like the no problem wing when you just do a little extension of your lower lash line. Wow, this blue, you guys, is such a good blue and so buildable. I mean, look, that's great. This is not at all what I thought it was going to look like. Like this color, because it's so sheer and the way that it's like an amazing texture too. Very smoothing. I mean, this doesn't make me feel like I'm like 100 years old. And I actually think that the look of it is pretty modern. You could get really retro though, and you could like do like a very dark kind of taupey color over here, and it would look very 60s. But I also think this would be pretty just as a little bit of liner like I did here. You can do a little touch. You could just do the lower lash line. If you have a blue eyeliner, you're in business. This is going to be a color that you're going to see a lot of this summer. And I think I like it. I think this palette is really pretty. Do I think you could recreate this with what you have? I do. I will say this blue is a special color. It just is. You know how you just, I didn't feel like that, like with the Rivage. Like it was pretty, but it was a lot more powerful, I feel like, when you put it on. Where do I put it? I'll find it. Let's take 5 right now. I need to use the restroom anyway, and I will find it. We'll do eye look number 2. But what do you guys think so far? Do you think that this is really pretty? Do we like it? Would you buy it? Didn't think I'd miss out on these, but I take that back now. Oh, can we have a couple people do a little intel while I use the restroom and see what is in stock right now online? And then we're going to call stores tomorrow. I'm going to pull up a list that everybody can click on, and you can call stores and get them to ship it to your door. Because the .com is not the same. If you're just joining us, Nordstrom.com is one supply, and the store is the other supply. So the stores are separate from the .com, different sold outs, different amounts, different everything. But if you go to a store, they physically have pallets there they can sell, or you can have them ship it to you. If you had said to me, Michelle, you're gonna love this palette to death, I can see wearing this quite a bit. Like I think this is a very wearable blue, and I don't think that's like a normal sentence for those of us who grew up in the 70s, 80s, and started to become adults in the 90s. I think that the blue eyeshadow got a bad rap for a long time, and I love the way that they brought this back. I think that this palette works because they give you a great shade for shadow. Any cool tone shade is going to do a great job. Any silver and gold that you have, you can pair up and find yourself a blue single. Look through your stuff. I have a couple pulled out. If you have the new Byredo palette, you've got blues. If you have Mineralscape, you have blues. I'm going to show you a lot of blues. There's blue in some, even like the blue Hermes. I am saying this blue is different because it almost reminds me, this is such a goofy thing, but when I was teaching, when I would do a unit on Native Americans, the kids would take fruits and vegetables and stuff and make paint and colors like we used to do. And there was a story that we did that had these like blue flowers. It was called The Legend of the Blue Bonnet. And we used blueberries and I can't remember what else I brought in, but they were like painting with it. It's almost like a watercolor effect. You know what I mean? Like you can't overdo this unless you try really hard. And I think that's really key when it comes to a blue. Thoughts? You guys can let me know when I go to the bathroom. I'm drinking coffee and putting on eyeshadow at 10 o'clock at night. This is way prettier than I thought it was going to be. All right, you guys, will you check stock and report back to everybody? Can everybody just take a look at Nordstrom.com and see if Chanel, for some reason, restocked? I think the restocks are going to be on Nordstrom, and I think you're going to be able to find these palettes in store. That's going to be the key, in store. All right, I'll be back in 2 minutes. Hello. All right, we're very close. I did want to take a nod from Felice and try to do as much full face as I possibly can here. I love the Chanel No. 1 blush formula. It's a cream, and I think this color is so much like the lipsticks. It's just like a very pretty neutral, warm. I think it'll be really pretty with this look. I'm going to tap it off on the back of my hand. If you have Petal from Westman Atelier, I think that would be pretty too. But I want to go kind of up high here. And I don't think that people were like contouring with contour when they were wearing blue eyeshadow like this. So I just sort of want to use this as my contour and my blush. I like the idea of going more peachy with the blue. I think it's modern and also retro, like at the same time. It's just clean. And I think for this lip, this is 825 Bisou. I don't even know if they still have this, but this is a Rouge Coco Flash, and I think it's sort of like that kind of mid-tone corally nude. And I'm going to cool it off. I'm like doing half my lip. I'll change the lip for the other one. I love the Rouge Coco Flash because it's so light and hydrating and lovely. And I want it kind of blurry. I don't really want a lot of liner on here. You know, everybody likes to do like the nude line, but I kind of want to keep this as fresh as I can. I'm going to go in with the, it's called Baby Blue. And it really is Baby Blue. I mean, great name. Oh my gosh, Maria, you mowed the lawns. You're cleaning your garage and mowing lawns. I bet you have a full face of makeup on. Coco Flash is your favorite. All right, I'm going to go in the center and just kind of see what this is going to do. Oh, yeah. Oh, I like that. See how it just like made a really warm lipstick? Much more wearable for me. I like it kind of blurry like this. I'm actually going to take a teeny little bit of both the blue and the lip on the cheek. As you guys know, I like to make it all work together just to get that little pop. And because I didn't buy the highlighter, I'm going to use this. I'm going to take a teeny little bit. And just put it here. If you don't have this, you probably bought one of the highlighters from Chanel at some point. If you have not, anything will do. But I really would like to show you sculpting. These labels are so damn hard to read. Here we go. This is a color that you can always get. It's called sculpting, and it's like a champagne, just a nice shine. And I always like to take like my ring finger because it's so delicate. And these are gorgeous. I mean, I'm not going to put glue everywhere, but I'd like that little touch as a nod to the other ones that I didn't buy. But I can still have that teeny little iridescence from the lip. And quite frankly, it doesn't have to be blue. What do we think? It's a ride-on mower, so not too much hard work. What makeup are you wearing today, Maria? You guys, she does all of her work with a full face of makeup. I love it. I love it. I want to pull out Mineralscapes for a second. There's some beautiful blues in here. I mean, you can get the look with this palette. I know it's brighter, but that is a gorgeous denim blue. That's a nice dark jean. Here's another one. You can make this look with any blue and using a little silver, a little gold, and something for the crease. And you've got Chanel. Boom. If you just bought the Vesuvio palette, you've got those baby blues. This is going to be more like the other palette because you've really got the pinkies and like the lighter blues. So we'll get back to this one. But that's a thought. Some of you may have invested a great deal of money in a palette that you never see me wear. This is the Hermes Marines palette, and this blue is very much like that blue. Hello. The difference, let me get my fingers clean for this. When I get done with these lives, you guys, I should take photos of what this place looks like. It's worse than any first grade classroom that I've ever had to clean up in my whole life. Okay. Here is both of the Hermes blues. And here are the two, we'll just do all three of the blues. You tell me that you can't make that look the same and that you couldn't do navy like that. It's all in how you're going to apply it. These are going to, oh, I put that in something wet. These are going to swatch much differently. But if you go in with a light hand, you're going to get the same kind of effect. I am blowing through the micellar. Chanel, VBB, and Clé de Peau. That is some yard work makeup. This palette is actually quite a lot like this palette, isn't it? Instead of gold, they went with the brown, which I kind of like. I don't think that the color story is something that's earth-shattering, but I do think the execution of this palette was outstanding. It's so funny to go from like the clean girl look to this kind of color. I'm not really a person that wears a ton of color, usually. I'm more of a neutrals lover with like a dash of something. But I like this. I think this is pretty. All right, we're going to go on to number 2. Chanel VBB Clé de Peau. This is a softer look. I want to put the pink all over my lid because I want to see what kind of pigment we can get out of it. I had a hard time swatching it in the store. But I had Felice on the phone telling me that she swatched it just fine. So I'm going to use the Shoto 00. And I am going to use this to cover my lid. It's a pretty pink. Now, if you have deeper skin than I do, I would put on like a nude cream shadow or something more even white, like as a primer, if you can't get the pink to show up on your skin. You can get it to show up a little bit on a white background so you can see the pink. And I'm just pulling it up and out because it's matte. I want to frame my eye a little bit and get the shape. And this eye hangs down lower than my other eye. I sleep on this side. Okay. I think that this is going to be like a wow factor. And I kind of want the wow to be wow, This will be great on the inner part to light things up. And let's build backwards. I'm just going on like the very, very tippy edge of the Shoto brush because it gives you like that really delicate, almost like using like a fan brush. The Shoto brushes were inspired by calligraphy. My son is going to kick me in the, I don't know what, when I give him my list. He's going to Japan in March. He graduated a semester early. He's going to be going to law school. And he went to summer school and took extra classes so that he could have a little time off in between school and law school. And his dream has always been to go to Japan, and he is doing that. It's his graduation gift from us. And I spent a good deal of time booking his hotels and airline tickets on points, which was great. Okay, so I love the way that that kind of illuminated this eye. This is going to be a different kind of a look, I think. The navy is one that you need to work harder for. And the light blue is going to give that really nice shift. I want to take the darker color and start sweeping it out a little bit, but I don't want to do exactly the same look that I just did. I want something small and tight. This is the number 13. Going into the navy. It's starting to hail. If you guys hear something, it's going to hail tonight. Now, pink and blue together are going to make purple. So I want to be really careful that I give this some depth so that it doesn't read as purple. I want it to read as blue. I'm just like going back and forth, just very, very softly, like pulling the blue out. This is going to be more of a disco eye, I think. I think I'm going to really go for it. We'll see. When I put a dark color at the edge of my lashes right there, I feel like it instantly makes your lashes look longer and gives you like that pull that I need. And the trick, I think, is not to fight the folds, it's to get past them. Don't fight your folds. It's like I don't even know who my face is anymore. I look in the mirror and I'm like, who is that person? It's hard to recognize yourself, if you know what I mean. Especially putting on blue makeup. I don't think I had this kind of issues then. I like this. This is soft and pretty so far. I kind of want to turn up the volume though. I'm going in with the blue. We're going to start slow. But this color, I think, is going to be like the little superstar of the look. So we'll start here. And see what we get. This is the Shoto 02. All right, it's going on much softer than I thought it was going to, because when you swatch that with your finger, this blue seems like it's going to be so strong, and actually it's soft. Wow. I wasn't expecting this. This is why it's so hard to just judge makeup on the swatches. Like, it gives you a feeling of what things are going to be. But if I took my finger right now, I could like really amp this up if I wanted to. But you don't have to. Like, you can wear blue and kind of have it be not a costume party. I like that. That like opened things up quite a bit. Okay, the navy I love. We're going to go in with this very pretty pearly color. It's got some gold to it. Just lighten this up a little. Open this area for business. I don't want this to be super highlighty up here. Might go in with the pink a little. Just kind of ignore that. I am going to use this brush again. Go into this navy color. I'm going to do it dry first because I kind of want to see how intense we can get it without wetting it. Just lining it up with my lower lash. But I want to really intensify like right here. You don't have to do a wing. This shadow is so delicate and pretty. This is what I miss about Chanel makeup. Chanel makeup, you look at the colors and you're like, and then these are the formulas. These are the ones that made us love the brand in the first place. You know, I've missed this. This is such a great brush, this Shoto 06. It's got those little tiny, tiny calligraphy style little fibers. I want to go underneath with the pink first, just to keep that same almost shadow kind of thing that we have going with the pink. I'm going to go right underneath here. The thing with pink is that it can make you look sick, and this almost looks like it was going to be a Pepto pink, but it's not. It's a very soft pink. I'm going to go into the sparkly light blue right in the middle. And then I want to go all right, we're going to go with the navy. Just at the edge right here. And I have to really look in the mirror for this because in order for me to connect this, I have to like really be looking straight into the mirror. Otherwise, there's like a gap here because of the fantastic wrinkles that I have. But you can connect it. And I don't want to do too much on the bottom. I want to see what it's like with mascara first. Take a teeny little bit more of this light color. This like opalescent color. And I actually think this is really a smooth pearly white compared to a lot of the ones that we get like from Dior. And even Chanel has had some chunkier white colors. I feel like we never get, this isn't totally white. It's got the gold, but it's a very smooth shadow. Well, that looks just wide open and pretty. And I was saving the marine liner from Chanel. It's nice and gooey from being up on my computer. Yikes. That can't be good. Let me sharpen this little guy. The heat of my computer is melting my pencils. I don't know. I might have to use something else. I'm living very dangerously right now. Okay. Go slow. A lot of times if you just kind of do dots instead of thinking about lining your inner rim, you're doing dots and you keep them further apart as you go in. There we go. It's a very soft look. I was not expecting this to be a soft look. I was expecting a lot more pow factor because I thought that this color was going to be over the top. And it's not, but you can really always use your finger to get just a little more out of something. I don't want it to be like costume-ish though. I want it to be like something that I would really wear. Okay. By the way, this Le Beige foundation is so good. I love it. I'm going to do a little mist first because I can. This does not mess up your makeup, but it's like my skin just got a whole new life. At the end of the day, I guess I'm so dried out by now. All right. Go back to the Vast Lash. I love the wand on this one because it grabs your lashes so easily. I want most of the mascara going this direction for this look. Just gonna pull this a little bit that way. I really want to like kind of cat eye this with my mascara. And I just keep like pushing it in that direction as it's drying. And there's just a couple over here so it doesn't look weird, but it changes like the shape. Ooh, that went in my hair. That was not good. I'm gonna forget that. I just want a couple on the bottom. Not super heavy. So I really want this to go out. Feathery. I do like the Clinique wipes for stuff. They work great. Okay. Got mascara. Got eyeliner. I want more pink. Going back in the pink. There we go. These palettes are really well thought out, you guys. These are a complete thought. So different. Both really pretty palettes and both performance wise. I don't have a bad thing to say. I think they're really, really beautiful, and it makes me fall in love with Chanel again, which makes me so happy because I felt like we were breaking up for a while. I want to go in with this color. I can't remember what it's called, but it's like a rosewood kind of a color. It's just like perfect for this side. I want it to go a little bit pink, but not literally. I think this was called like almost pink or something goofy. To look it up when I put the links in. But these blushes you can get at Ulta. And they work for lips too. See how this is just like almost contour-like. I mean, I could even put a little bit up here. You don't need contour all the time. Sometimes blush can like work as everything, especially at this time of the year when I'm just as pale as a ghost. I just don't need it. I wanted to take this out and just show you that this is nothing like the highlighter that they have right now. This highlighter has an intense amount of glitter in it that is actually not even really blue. It's kind of blue and it's kind of violet. I don't think this matches any of this. I think this is costumey, and I feel like this is makeup that I would actually wear. I like the lip, but I'm going to change it so we can just look at this side of it. I feel like one of those like mimes that's doing like a half of a face of something. I want to go in with Keep Cool, which is a really pretty, just soft beigey color that came out a while back. This is a Cocoa Bomb. And I want to keep that rosewood feel. Like that. And for the blue, I'm just going to take a tiny little bit to just kind of highlight there. I'll take a little bit of the blue. And I'll take a little bit take a teeny little bit of the lip. And it looks really good. I like it. I think these palettes are exceptional. I am hoping in all kinds of ways that these are easier to find tomorrow. Did anybody check to see what's in stock where? Let's take a look at Nordstrom. I'm going to sort by newest. Okay, the highlighter is still available. And when it says pickup, it's still .com. When you look in your phone, sold out everywhere. Not in stores, because this does not reflect what the stores actually have. This is my advice. First of all, it's unlikely to me. Let me scooch it back a little. if you're going to come out with a really exceptional collection, I would think that the the desire of the company would be, let's make a lot of money. Sounds like a good plan. Let's give them the really cute packaging. Let's make a really kick-ass color story. Let's make a cohesive collection for the first time in a really long time. I think it's going to restock. And the reason why I think it's going to restock is because they were so specific with their employees about when they can shop it. And I would think that working there, you would probably want to have access to it. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what stores have what. I do know that my local store still had the cool color story, the highlighter, all the lipsticks. She was sold out of the liner. They had the mascara. They had the nail polish, which I didn't even show you guys. It's the blue that's like on this side. The other thing is I could recreate this look with a pale pink shadow, and I could do any blue and mix it with a teeny little bit of silver and kind of put that on, or like a pearly white. I think the idea, Guerlain has the blue jean thing also. You could take a blue eyeliner and create this look with like the Victoria Beckham pencil. We're going to see a lot of color, and there's still a lot of makeup coming. And shame on them if they don't restock something like this. I haven't seen any other pictures online of the next collection other than these lipsticks that showed up today. So if this is not their spring collection, what is? What are the other stores going to have? I don't know. But it would seem to me that they want to make some money. And I think that it will restock. And I do think that these will be available in stores. I'm going to pull up a list of where all of the stores are. Okay. Find a store. Here we go. Okay, I'm going to take this down. Okay, so there's a map. You can type in your zip code or put the name of the states that you see. I'm going to put my zip code in. Obviously, you're not going to call the Nordstrom racks, but you start with the stores. And the nice thing about Nordstrom is that someone actually answers the phone. They actually connect you to the store. So just ask for the Chanel Beauty Counter, and you can continue to go down the list Don't call the racks because they're not going to have it, but any regular store, they will probably still have some stock. The other thing that I want to show you is that I think it was Tavia today. Oh, I might get the Westman Atelier swatches tomorrow because they're upstairs at Nordstrom, and they're going to call me and let me know if they're allowed to swatch them or sell them yet. Nice. Sorry, guys. The other thing I want to mention is that those of you who have warm skin tones might want to consider this one as an option. I'll show you Tavia's look in a second, but damn. Here we go. There is a fabulous teal color story coming that's kind of like that blue green, and especially on brunettes and people with brown eyes, that is going to rock the house. It's going to be an amazing palette. All right, let's find Tavia, because she did a really beautiful look today just using the highlighter. And I was like, well, maybe I should have gotten the highlighter. Here we go. I think reaching out to her might also be a good idea. She probably has sources that can help find product, but her look is using the highlighter. It says it's blue denim makeup look where I'm wearing the new Chanel Cocoa Denim illuminating powder and Rouge Cocoa Flash in baby blue. Literally, it looks like she put a little bit of shading into the highlighter just to set it off, but it is buttery smooth like that and gleaming. And the thing that was so cool about it for eyes is that it was like an opal. I have to sign off, Michelle. The looks you created are gorgeous. Good night, beauties. Mwah. I'll see yours tomorrow. You're finally back. You were too late. Well, we're looking at Tavia's beautiful look with the highlighter because apparently these are selling out everywhere. But in store is different. Hey, Rebecca. Rebecca, did you do any swatch comparisons on your channel that people can look at to see the shades that you are comparing it to? You know, on her Instagram, people that ask for swatches, she'll put them on there. So if there's a palette that you have not yet, do them on Insta. So check out her Instagram. She is an encyclopedia of makeup and has literally seen all of it for 25-ish years. And there are a million ways to get this look. If you are struggling to find a shadow that works for you, DM me. We'll figure it out. We'll talk it through. We'll will make it work. A blue eyeliner is going to do you a lot of favors right now. And you can do a very easy peasy look where you're bringing it out, blending it in, putting something shiny on it. It's going to have that same look. And it doesn't need to be. Ooh, Chanel versus Guerlain. Yeah, I was saying that they did a denim theme also. I'm wearing two denim things. It's hard to see, but I've got a denim vest and a denim jacket because denim on denim on denim is very big this year. So I'm bummed out right now because I feel like I've been on like a crazy trip with this makeup. I don't like what happened. I don't like that Nordstrom mistakenly let a bunch of palettes out into the ether and people lucked into them. And then they had to pull it because Chanel was very angry. And then they said that they were going to hard not sell it until February 18th. And then they went on the 17th and sold. They put it on the website. And if you were lucky enough to have seen somebody's notification, you could click on their link. Please don't despair over eyeshadow. It's honestly, it's a piece of fabric with two C's on it, and it's not going to change your life. You can be part of this trend just by adding a little bit of blue from one of your palettes that you already own, or an eyeliner, or a single shadow. I am willing to bet that if you went on even ColourPop's website, that they have like 1,000 blues for, $10 or whatever. And there are some really beautiful indie brands that do this kind of makeup all the time. Sydney Grace is where I think a lot of people should look right now. She has a very beautiful formula. She's got a ton of colors, and it's a great indie brand to look at. It's just makeup, guys. That's all it is makeup. And you can obviously get the look in a lot of ways. The other thing that I just want to put out there, let me show you these. Hang on, let me pull this down. Hannah of Han Beauty, that's in the UK. I have to take this down to put her up. She just did swatches of the new Dior palettes, and I am not a person who often trusts Dior with powders, but I want to show you this palette because I think this palette can do it all. It can do the heavy lifting for any blue look, and you will be able to find this in every single store. And you can add or take away whatever colors you want. And this is a very beautiful looking formula, and it's the quints that are puffed out like this, it's like a different formula. Look at the pigmentation on that. I mean, those blues are beautiful. The silvers are lovely. The shimmers are shining, and you get that smoky black. All you have to do is add a little bit of gold to that, a little bit of white, something soft. And look at that blue is gorgeous. You just have to go easy. You don't need a complete swatch like that. Use delicate brushes. Go with something that's very breezy and not tight so that you can move the pigment on really, really thinly, and you won't feel like it's costumey. But she's got these videos up. She's done all of the Dior palettes, and I have to say, like, as somebody who is a Dior doubter, I think they look pretty good. So there will be a lot of blue in the world, so don't feel blue. There's plenty of blue. Think about how long we avoided blue with everything inside. Now it's everywhere. I don't know. I have this like kind of feeling again. This is where I was last night, where I was like, I'm not buying something that people can't get. I'm not sitting here to say, wow, look at me. Look, I got this. Not about that. I was at the store today making videos for you guys and trying to let you know that they had stock. And I know it was during the day when a lot of people work. I did the best that I could. I stayed there as late as I could too. But it's clearly hailing at my house now, if you can't hear that. And I had to get home. So I am happy to do some legwork tomorrow and look for palettes for people. If you let me know what you're looking for, I will help you try to find it. And I would check back often to see if things restock. Rebecca, in your opinion, do they restock on Chanel or does she leave already? She's probably gone. All right, you guys, I am going to say goodnight to everybody. I am sending a lot of love to all of you. I hope that you at least got some ideas for what you can do with blue. I definitely got surprised tonight. I did not think that I was going to like these at all, and I do. I think they're really pretty. But mostly I think that adding a little color to your life is a good thing. And you can do it with an eyeliner or a single shadow. I am sending lots of love your way. Don't forget to put a little of your lip on your cheek and use your little bit of blue highlighter, and you've got the whole look going. I love you all. I will see you probably on Sunday. Unless I get the Westman Atelier swatches, I will be on here tomorrow. And if I get the lipsticks, then for sure I'll be on. There's a couple that I really, really want. If they don't smell like feet, as Maria would say, I have to go smell the lipsticks. Good night, Lisa. Thanks for coming, guys, and visiting tonight. I'm sending lots of love to you. The week's almost over. We're almost there. One more day. All right, you guys, sending lots of love your way. Good night, everybody.